What's a social norm that needs to be deleted immediately? 1. Taking a phone call and putting it on speaker in a public place. I see it a lot where I live. There's no reason for it other than that you want the people around you to hear it because it gives you an unearned sense of importance. I think it should be illegal. My favorite level to this is when they put the call on speaker then proceed to hold it like half an inch from their face. When they do this, I join in with them, usually low-key at first. I will laugh out loud at something the caller said on speakerphone. Then I'll start agreeing or disagreeing with whatever one person says or ask for more information. Usually the caller on the other end starts asking questions about who I am and I'll try to introduce myself. 2. The expectation that you need to have a real reason to decline an invite. I don't need a reason if I don't want to go. I don't want to go is the reason. It's just hard for people to accept. It's a perfectly acceptable reason not to go. It's also a perfectly acceptable reason not to be invited next time if it keeps happening. Everyone has the right to choose their own level of social involvement, with all of the resultant social consequences that go along with living in a society. 3. Telling kids they have to hug family members if they don't want to. My dad tried to make me do this for my sickly grandfather some years ago. He got sick, I didn't. Now I'll always ask my niece if I can have a hug. Most of the time she says yes. There's the odd time she doesn't want one, so I'll ask if she'd settle for a high five, to which she usually smiles and gives me a high five. Adults love to take away kids' autonomy regarding their own boundaries and it drives me insane. 4. Recording people in public and uploading it without their knowledge or consent. From a social standpoint, I think it's pretty crappy to walk up to someone, point a camera at them, and start recording unless you have a good reason. And that's compounded if you put it online. It would be a better world if we were a little more thoughtful and respectful of people in this regard. 5. That everything needs to be posted online about your life, and that some people think the more followers they have means they are better than everyone else. Also, photos of every meal are always strange to me. 6. Making small talk in elevators. Let me stare at the floor in peace. 7. Working 40+ hours a week for 50 years in order to enjoy your life after retirement. We had someone retire and pass on about 2 months later. Our former coworker we basically nudged into retiring because he was not keeping up with tech changes. Nope, he stayed at least 5 years too long and didn't get to enjoy his retirement. 8. That being related means being entitled to forgiveness. 9. Gossip. I could not care less about what Chloe or Becca did last week. If it doesn't affect me, I really don't need to hear about it.